Danganronpa. Is this working right? Danganronpa. Okay, yeah, we're not dropping frames. That's what I thought. Cool. Alright, whatever. Let's do it. My computer's acting funny, so I guess I'll have to keep a lookout for that. Fuck, this cup of coffee's so fucking heavy. Let's hope this goes well. My stomach is upset. Yo, pot, damn, you got here fast. So hopefully we don't have to, like, I don't have to rush off or go to the bathroom or something. Where the fuck? Trial verdict? What was the last save? Two, 3, 3, 3. I don't fucking know. Let's just guess randomly. It was this one. Okay. Where did we leave off? This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. That's a rocket and a tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? And door. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. You're playing 14? The Final Fantasy 14, the MMO? Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. I've been playing a lot of Deus Ex lately. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon... Oh, you're saying that's how you got here so fast. Gotcha. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was give up. Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. It's really impressive he managed to sleep that long after having just slept for like 12 hours the previous day. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent location, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over here? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Did he say that out loud? Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
She has a fucking cup of noodles on her head. Kyoko?
Indeed.
Looks like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a big garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it, and we can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth, making its way toward my stomach. Woo, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But, Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt, or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. I can't offer you any reason other than that.
I'm truly sorry.
And that reason is... Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
What a weird question to ask a person. Why did you have to survive? What's up with that? I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope School Peaks Academy for one very important reason.
Correct. In other words...
Stop making me react to your shit. So you have some reason to come in for Hope Peak Academy?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible! Amnesia? Then, is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plan. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Didn't I, show that Makoto is the most likely to be the mastermind early in the game? Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Gah! It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, Yuno. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just your personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that, investigating on your own? So how did that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember. But at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
So...
You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. Whatever it took, I had to find them.
Correct.
You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why do you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us when he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So...
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that was when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there?
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. I was so preoccupied with investigating that room, it was unforgivably careless of me.
However...
So what was it like, the part of the school I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized, whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important, and really ominous.
However...
Fuck. Fuck.
However...
It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you, either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimum restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Huh?
indeed,
I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean... during the night? I can hear them, you know. Wait, I can hear them. I can hear them, you know? That's a weird thing to just randomly say. The footsteps of the god of death. That's an even weirder thing to say. Okay. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. If that really is true, then I was right to not expose Kyoko's lie. I'm glad I put my faith in her.
Correct.
So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have any conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. But, wait. But doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh.
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It seems
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're,
indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. That is our real enemy. 100-Mile Dash, Pain of Junk Food Junkie, Chapter 5, done! Now the question mark's gone and it's just 6. Hey, Dream Island Rocket! The Ultimate Despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now,
Anyway,
we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took the key with the Monokuma design on it, slid it into the keyhole, and then... Yes! It's opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. And it's still in deadly life? Oh shit, this has got to be the final chapter for sure. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. And we started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Like how they blacked out our underwear. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea where we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking with help will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. Is that a fan shot? No, it's not. They blacked it out. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I came from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family's creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, is because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. This is some fucking snake eater-sized ladder we are on right now. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, then he used a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing. One thing I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood. Nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. Always a good answer. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Really long is the answer. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that that's where we'll come out. Doesn't that have a fucking padlock on it? Okay, thank God. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. That's called forethought, and it's great that she has it. Foresight. Both, actually. It's called both. You can say either. Whatever, shut up. Oh, fucking yawn. Oh, God. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. What I want to do is I want to just, like, go into my bedroom and just sleep, and then I just want to just walk into the dining hall in the morning and be like, hey, what's up, bitches? I'm back. And they'll be like, what? This is how we got out of the garbage pit. Never would have imagined that's where this led. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the Mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. Yo, woohoo, broke back! Welcome! You know, your name is red right now on my Twitch chat, and I feel like that is very fitting for the last chapter. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. Yeah, I mean, we literally would have just gotten caught, so... So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the Mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The Mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before, but what does it mean?
So...
The Mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the Mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. Oh, shoot! Pache changed his name to Red, too. Having a red party. I'm also red in Twitch chat, but I'm not gonna type things because it's a pain in my ass. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, no, super uneasy about this, but we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going.
Shall we go?
Alright. Can I talk to is there anyone just running around that I can talk to? Because that would be great. Just be like, hey, I'm not dead. What's going on? You all thought I was dead because you all voted to kill me, but hey, I won't hold it against you. Why am I holding shift? Oh, shift does make you run. And guess who's back, bitches? Hey, 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 hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be the chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined, in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego? You never imagined the possibility of a being that would come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which you know something so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose. You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such a bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are confronting you, with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the evidence of absence?
indeed.
In the absence of evidence? No, the evidence of absence. Shut the fuck up. I meant what I said. It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair, fair and square,
That's what we have to
then
do.
I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial? One last showdown? In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves? But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you've suggested might be possible. It would be certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed? Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting ending.
Guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
Qualify. I get it. I got it. That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school, then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held?
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that that is what you said, right? And that it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd he go all quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I've got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Not enough poo-hoo-hoos in that voice acting, but... Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. She kinda owes you after that last one. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the Mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment at the Mastermind let down their guard, like I said.
however, so because
So, when was it the Mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but you remember what the Mastermind said. They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet, somehow, the Mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. Reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
it would seem
The Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, it makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other, and to show off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept? You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink in despair. The Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led the Mastermind to revealing their weakness. What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind has simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At the very least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they wouldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge?
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the
Shall we
others.
go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Fuck yeah. Final battle. By final battle, I mean there's 3 more games after this.
anyway,
They're probably either in their room or in the dining hall. I'm gonna check the dining hall. Just because I think it would be epic if we just burst into the dining hall. I'm like, I'm alive, bitches! And suddenly we were greeted with... Spraggle Fnafner! You again? Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability has reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that...
They're all like, wait, what the fuck?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Hey, I'm not dead.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Oh, you're asking this time? I'm not gonna have to go through an entire part of a class trial proving that I didn't die? Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. I don't want to hear that from you, Toko. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with
Yes.
Monokuma. Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the Mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. Don't tell me. Did he turn into a ghost?
But...
Does he look transparent to you? It's just a silly superstition. If ghosts were see-through, they couldn't lead normal lives. Okay, that's enough. Talking to you makes me want to just lie down and go to sleep. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was Alter Ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that they had their life saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Yo,
Kodo, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
you know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we find new clues? Ugh. You stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten? Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. This smell is so smelly. Ah, super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason.
Makoto,
Yes.
it's true.
I need to tell you all about the last class trial. The last class trial.
In other words...
We're gonna redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It's all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However...
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
Spotted the trap. Did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
However...
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blacken, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blacken is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial, when you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway...
You've probably already guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone! Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one final decisive battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty freaking tall order. Maybe, but this time the trial's different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. God damn it, Kyoko. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone's like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us a little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he would have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who've been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the... Wait, there were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way.
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're all ultimates, right? The ultimate despair? So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret. I don't care how sneaky you are, we wouldn't notice someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right.
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. A body has been found.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
Oh, shit!
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the very beginning anyway.
In the name of my
At this
family.
point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. I just want to point out that the fact that fucking Makoto came back from his own execution is the most fucking suspicious thing ever. Good master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself, too.
Just a sec.
Wait, how come?
How about
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the Mastermind's identity. Hiro, I want to be very clear about this. I have no faith in you. I have no faith. You aren't going to be useful at all. If you are useful, I will drink a whole bottle of water. No cream and coffee? Right? I'm currently drinking coffee without cream, actually. Hang on. Ah. Getting that sipping sound was incredibly unpleasant, and I just inhaled a shit ton of fucking air. I wish I hadn't done that. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone really is going off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same. Okay.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
'cause
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. You haven't. You have actively impeded two of the investigations, actually. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless at all. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Makoto? That's really nice of you to say. That is true. That is true. I forgot about that one time she did something. But still, I know I've been mostly totally useless.
okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall, and once again, it's just the two of us.
Indeed.
Indeed. Well, I have definitely a few places I want to check out. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to go do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So,
That goes for all of us. What did you think of the joke ending? I thought it was hilarious because somehow Hina ended up with 3 children with all 3 guys, and for some bizarre reason Toko is dead. And it just brings up so many questions, especially because as Woohoo Brokeback pointed out, the entire ending is inside of Makoto's mind when he's debating whether to call Kyoko out on her bullshit or not, which means that in his own mind he cucked himself and also killed Toko for some reason. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And what I'm saying is it's very telling about Makoto's mental state, is all I'm saying. You can tell a lot about a guy from that. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well then, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said that all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. It's also worth noting that Byakuya's kid was clearly the oldest by a lot. So, like, there's an implication there that they didn't just all dogpile on Hina. There's an implication that Hina and Byakuya dated in Makoto's fantasy for a while, and then they, like, broke up, and that's when the other two decided to dogpile on her. And also Toko died. Although, maybe I'm misreading that. Maybe the oldest kid is actually Toko's, and she, like, died during childbirth, and the other 2 kids are just Hina's, and so it's just Hiro and Makoto that had kids with Hina in this timeline. I don't fucking know. There's a lot of questions. I have nothing but questions about that ending. They gave me one image, and I can't stop thinking about it and its implications. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. Oh, shit. I guess we'll start by taking another look at Mukuro Monokuma's file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which was completely through the body. Okay, well, obviously we can already prove that just from the initial class trial, we can immediately prove that the only one of us that could have done it was Kyoko or Toko. When you get friendly with Hiro, he says that him and Makoto would have the same baby mama. Yo, I did not know that. That motherfucker is clairvoyant, isn't he? The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered in other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who Mukuro Ikusaba is, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start? Wait, does that mean that Makoto is also psychic? I'd believe that. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. Headmaster's office, the biolab, the room in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? And after that, I'll have to double-check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check. They knew this was going to be a hell of an investigation, so they just give you a truth bullet to tell you what to look at. That's how you know. I wonder... Oh, we have to do the final class trial, so I guess we can't finish the game tonight? We might try. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. What I am going to do is put the stream on pause for like 1 minute. I'll be right back. I promise. Right back. Alright, I'm back. So, the last class tribal's probably gonna be a doozy. So, nope. There we go. It's probably gonna be a doozy. Well, I mean, in my playthrough, Makoto never said that, but you know what? That's probably a good... That's a good theory. But, the best way to probably do this is to do the investigation this stream, and then finish the game up with the next one. Which I think is going to be hilarious, because this is stream 15, and so if we finish on stream 16, that's one for every student. This door should be unlocked, right? I really don't want to go in if I have any choice at all. I'd never want to go in there again. Okay, you could have went in there, you fucking baby. The entrance still blocked by the giant metal slab. The handbooks of all the students who died have been placed in here. They're all dead because of the mastermind. Alright. Well, the first thing I would check if I were Makoto is that door with Monokuma's face on it, because that's the most suspicious fucking thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Yeah, that's the most baffling part, is why did he kill Toko? He's just like, man, I cannot picture a future where that girl is alive. And he also states out, he specifically states that there was never another murder in Hope's Peak, which means she wasn't murdered, she just somehow died. Here we go. Data lab. I would be surprised if there isn't already someone in one of these rooms. Hey!
Makoto?
Ah, Makoto, are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door, right? So I figured, if all the doors in school have been locked, that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck. So you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. I had a baby with you in an alternate future. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected, because it was a fucking door. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was... Whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
what the heck?
I mean, every part of the school leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but...
Just a second.
This place is like #1 gross. It's in a whole different league of creepy. Okay, well... First thing that's most suspicious is the hatch underground. It's some kind of escape hatch. But right now, I'm more concerned about the weird device. I'm more concerned about the escape hatch. I'm pretty sure this thing just controls Monokuma. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Too bad he goddamn murdered. Cockpit? So Monokuma's room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit? Then that must mean...
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking around at it. Whatever, I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just whatever something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think he came from the other room. Hina, what'd you just push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center. I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of the room next to it. They just wrote the room that he pops out of. That's really useful. Wow. You know what? You know what? I can appreciate that UI. Good job. Despair group. And just like Hina said, there was one data center. This one must be the one she pushed. But the data center, that's right, next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I probably better go check that out. Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Thanks, Hina. Thanks. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? This is so fucking useful. We can use Hina to relay messages. Hey. Grrr! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina? What? Aw, man. Busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera setup? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you don't push it.
Too bad.
Aw, man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. And Makoto almost died. Again. Whoa, Makoto. What the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now? It was Monokuma. Monokuma? What? For real? Yep, looks like it was a panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means that the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. All you have to do is just like put your nose to the seat, just give it a big ol' sniff, and then you'll be able to match the scent of the Mastermind to everyone in your group, and you'll be like, you know who this smells like? Smells like despair. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the Mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. But if the Mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time. That absolves everyone except for Toko again. I guess that would have to be true. And Kyoko. Actually, that doesn't absolve anyone. But if that is true... If that is true, we saw everyone in the opening ceremony, so it couldn't have been any of the initial 15 students. So it would have to have been the 16th hidden student of Mukuro Ikusaba. But she's dead. Unless the body isn't actually Mukuro, but it is Mukuro. We got that confirmed. So who knows what's happening? Woo. Ooh, questions. Questions. Contradictory evidence right here. Haha, it's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 student participants. All of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Then the Mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? God, who could it be? If only someone shared the same color scheme as Monokuma. Then I would have to say it's probably that person. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Oh, well, it's just... This is where the Mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they'd have set up traps or something. I can't say it isn't possible. But I really hope it's not true. So, like, you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. So... What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry again. I want to check the fucking obvious ass escape hatch, you dumb bitch! As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
Just a second.
Hey, that's no... Well, we can guarantee it's not Hina. That's not fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey!
It's for your benefit, because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would be if the school mascot just stopped up and stopped moving. Then that room, as you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So, right now, you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correct, Amundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there, and we didn't... Hina, you fucking bitch! You fucking bitch! You know what that means is I was right about that being a fucking escape hatch, and they just entered through the fucking escape hatch, and you made me leave the fucking room so I didn't get to check the escape hatch. We would have been done! We would have just been fucking done! They would have been right there! We'd have looked down, we'd have fucking saw the mastermind, and been like, oh, I wonder who it is! Oh, fuck! Oh, man! Now what are we gonna do? Fucking goddamn it! I apologize for that. We were just in there. We didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Haha, are you sure you were there as though you could have been? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Oh, I'm sure we weren't. Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The certain suspicious hatch? I never would have suspected that suspicious hatch. Too bad, that was your one big chance and you blew it. I appreciate the mastermind giving us that opportunity, and I also appreciate Hina and Makoto being so fucking stupid that they didn't manage to capitalize. Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Ah, I blew up about nothing then. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Woohoo, peace! Well, that's actually a really big clue. Now, we do know that Mukuro is working with the other Ultimate Despair. We do know she's part of the team. So, that does explain how they managed to had 15 students in the gym at the same time that Monokuma was going, because then you could just have Mukuro piloting Monokuma at that time and then swapping off back and forth. So, putting that out there. He's gone, but
So,
was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there. In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said we should leave, well, that hatch can be open from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You know what would have been the smarter fucking thing to do is we should have just duct taped Hina to the fucking seat. Yeah. You're right. If there was one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Oh, I'd like to keep your body moving, Hina. Okay, we're gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. You do that. You do that. Let's let the actual good investigator investigate things. Nice, you got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later. Hina took off at a full sprint. And I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Alright, with that solved, Headmaster's room. Aha! Game thought I'd forgotten. It didn't. It put Byakuya in here. This is the Headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Oh, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. You will not believe the bullshit I've just discovered. I kinda don't want to talk to Byakuya. I'm gonna save the game. I have a history of talking to Byakuya, and then he ropes me into doing some bullshit, and then I never get back to my original location. There are trophies and even a shield and display case. Why is there a monitor in this room? Even the headmaster's office is a monitor. It's a good quote. I like it. I like that quote.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto. No. Are you ignoring me? You think I'll forgive you? I'll forgive that just because you're you? When we get out of here, remember this moment. God damn it. What do you want, Byakuya? Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? No. Fine. What do you want, man? What do you want? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78, student registry. It contains profiles for all of us, and Mukuro.
So, in other words...
Apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in here along with hers,
In other words...
there can be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. This must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seemed that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in here to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. That's a really big clue. What?
So, in other words...
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro we still didn't have.
So, in other words...
Okay, you got my attention. What kind of information is it? Why do you have to ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? Seems to be a sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. There's just a straight-up picture of her. Mukuro reappeared suddenly and in the background of an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if there's a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward into my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior, too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. That's interesting. That's interesting what that just said. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I'll be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was part of the Ultimate Despair? I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to taken her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within that file that you should note. That Mukuro had no injuries. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl you've perhaps never seen before? Oh, that! No. I was talking about the fact that it said she had no previous wounds or injuries. But the Monokuma file clearly said that her body was covered in wounds and injuries. And if she didn't have any of them from the battle during her time with Fenrir, that means that she would have had to have acquired those wounds during her time at Hope's Peak Academy. But sure, yeah, the picture was the important bit of information, Byakuya. A picture of a girl you've perhaps never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class number 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about the girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Fuck! Girl needs a cheeseburger in her if she's 97 pounds at 5 foot 7. And it even lists her vitals. 31, 32, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body? No, she's very thin. Like, unreasonably thin. Like, I don't think they converted the numbers from the metric system properly, or if they did, then I don't think the creators of this game know how much a human weighs. You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is, maybe you'll want to keep all that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, that could mean... Wait, is he trying to say... How was it again? It was 5 foot 7, 97 pounds. And I don't remember her 3 measurements. There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro, is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear.
That's all I'm trying to say. What do you want to do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to use, so I suggest you pay attention. Hang on. Yeah, okay, 5 foot 7, 97 pounds, vitals, so her 3 sizes are 31, 22, 32. Which, if I remember, is bust, hips, waist. Bust, waist, hips. Her proportions are all fucked up, honestly. Like, I have trouble believing a human could look how that was just, like, 97 pounds at 5 foot 7. She'd have to be really thin. Even in the headmaster room, there's a surveillance camera. And she's, like, a trained soldier, so she should be, like, decently muscular.
Come on. Not possible. Such it.
God, fucking hell, Byakuya. Let me... Oh, is this just the roster, and I can't interact with it any way other than that? There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. The bookshelf seems really well made and filled with files and books. Even the headmaster office is a surveillance camera. Should be everything in this room, right? That I can interact with, that Byakuya isn't fucking stopping me from interacting with.
Come on. Not possible. Such ignorance. Come on.
5 foot 7 isn't short. I think most women are around like 5'5", and it's also worth noting that this is like a 16-year-old Japanese schoolgirl. Like, she, like 5'7" is decent. Like, she's tall actually, but she's really tiny. Which is weird. What the fuck does this man want from me? Oh, the advice, right. I forgot about his advice. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along well with Kyoko. Quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her.
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. Your hunches tend to be proven wrong, Byakuya. The advice is free this time. Take it or leave it, as you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks, buddy. Okay, well... Always good to Byakuya things up with Byakuya. Yeah, normally he'd charge for that. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kyoko here, because she never got a good look at the body the first time. Huh? It's gone. Oh, because it always gets cleaned up during the class trial. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. I better check just to be sure. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then it must be. I have no idea where. But corpses aren't the only thing I gotta check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. A tarp played a key role in another case. It played a role in this case. I better look into it. Oh, no, you're talking about... Okay, fair enough. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have had some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp in one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab. Then this originally came from the Biolab? Fascinating. Fascinating. Oh, I should probably look at that pickaxe one more time. Just in case we stumble on another clue, right? That's all I really need to check here, but where could a body have gone? I better start looking for it. Or I guess it's it. I guess I don't need to look at the crazy diamond pickaxe. Shout out to Best Stand, Crazy Diamond. Hey Toko, what's your plan? Oh, Toko, so this is where... You realize that Makoto walked up to Byakuya and didn't tell him about the Monokuma control panel? Good job. Good job, man. Really helping the cause here. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
What do you want? I'm so disgusting you want me to get out of your sight? No, that's not at all. I just thought maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give back my precious time! Calm down, Toko.
What's your
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? Everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. You know what? Fair enough. Fair. He would have just... I could actually see Byakuya just straight up punching him. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? I'll accept you, baby. Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. I disagree, Makoto. I think we should check this locker. Bunch of wooden lockers here. Found a clue, but it was just Mastermind's attempt to frame Kyoko. Alright, I guess there is no reason to be in here. Since the game told me that there was no reason to be here. Does the place to check get... I don't think I can. I can't really interact with her. Okay, so things don't get checked off as we go. As always, once we get all the clues, I'm sure time will just go bing bong, and then we'll be done. Alright, let's go into the war room. Why is it frozen? Well, I'm here in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? There are icicles hanging on the monitor. I'm surprised the surveillance cameras can work with how cold it is. They're probably made of that, like, super special material. Ah, so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... Quick! Hit the red lights! I've seen something like this before. Oh, that's it. This kind of thing that's in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean the biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. You should probably open up the morgue then. So is everyone dead? Then does that mean, since Mugura's body disappeared from the garden, could it be here? I need to check, but I have no idea how to open this thing. You could, like, hit the button to... There's some kind of weird machine, something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But the only lights are some of the lights are on. The ones on the left. The right-hand ones are off. Oh, there's a booklet here. It's like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver, and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge. Well, looking around, I think I get it. Seems clear to me now. Some kind of makeshift morgue. And about those lights in each slot, it looks like it's been set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue. Another one of the victims is... I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine dead people. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing a corpse. Alright, Naegi, start popping him. Some kind of weird machine. No, you motherfucker. If you don't open these goddamn corpse bodies and find out which dead bodies are frozen, I'm gonna fucking murder your ass. You dumb motherfucker. You dumb motherfucker. The booklet is right here. He's not gonna open these, is he? He's not gonna open this, is he? There's some kind of stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of things lately. Can I get him to open it? There's some kind of weird machine built into the wall. On the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights, but only some of the lights are on. The ones on the left, the right-hand ones are off. That means these are the ones with the bodies. Yes? Yes. You have a manual right here. Just figure out how to open the stupid lock. He's not gonna do it, I don't think. I don't think I can get him to do it. Actually, maybe I should have clicked on the tarp a couple more times, just to be sure. God damn, he could just open the fucking morgue. Just open the fucking... We're missing a body. Alright, well... None of that... Unless I can figure out how to open one of those doors, I don't think we got much out of the bio lab. What's still left? Second floor dorms? Click again? You just fucking with me? Look, I'll figure out how to get back to that fucking biolab so I can click again. You are? Okay, good. Good, good. Because I tried my fucking best to open those goddamn... That is infuriating that he keeps doing this. The gate is open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Oh, that's fucked. This is the second floor of the dorms? Looks like some kind of ancient ruins. Or, no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up or something. How much... I mean, is it gonna make me go the fuck back in there and open up the goddamn thing? Because I definitely clicked on everything in that room multiple times. So this should be the last area for me to check then. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really bed anymore, it's just garbage. I don't think I even have a reason to care at this point. I opened the door just a crack and glanced inside and immediately closed again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Oh yeah, good point. Let no one say I didn't really try. This is the girls' bathroom. Even a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Makoto, I hate you. You know how easy it would be to just escape the school at this point? We could just climb out of this window. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It's more of an adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. And it's that I could never use this room to figure out how to open up the morgue. So I decided to check it one more time. A regret? Well, hit me with it, girl. Maybe I can help. Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. There's a PC on the desk. Must belong to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the Ultimate Despair. PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair.
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. Okay, so Ultimate Despair is the group. Now we know. I want the regret that Kyoko has to not notice that there's a blatantly obvious hidden door right the fuck there. She'd be like, I didn't see the hidden door. Desk is home to a computer. Must belong to the headmaster. Odd that this room isn't fucked up. Leather chair. Can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster. I'm sitting on a leather chair. What the fuck is he talking about? I can't imagine a student sitting on leather. God. There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but it's not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... When is the coin grinding stream? That's every stream. We've already done it. We already got all the coins. We don't have any more free time. Open space, does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it.
However,
But that's where I ended up getting stuck, which is the regret I mentioned. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
indeed.
You remember that key Kyoko has? That can open any door? Now the mastermind is just sitting in the data center right now? You know how we could just unlock the door with Kyoko's key and just walk right in there and without breaking any school regulations and just be like, "Hi, mastermind." And the mastermind would be like, "Oh, fuck. You caught me." We could just grab her and unlock the door. We could just grab her and unlock the door. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All I know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers, and I can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to... I know the password! It's 11037. That's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork and on the files of the PCs, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing... I love the phrasing. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I'd wasted on this. Jeez. You know, we could just break it. There's no rule about breaking walls, just doors. There's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password? Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Oh, okay. And I will. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if it's not it, it might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Oh, okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password in here. Typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Beep, Kern. Aha! I'm the champion. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked. Just look this on her face. It's just like... It's a weird combination between sadness and just rage.
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared in a hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. What if that's just a fucking bomb? Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not have even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present. Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. Well, you know what I'm more interested in? This photo! Maybe I should check out this picture. Maybe you should check out the photo, Makoto! There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why, do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprisingly, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there? Oh god, what's in the box?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? What's in the box? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm gonna open it. Step by step, step by heavy step, I approach the box. Yo, Johnny's my best friend, welcome. I took a deep breath, then I took hold of the lid. Oh my god, I want it to be a smaller box. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. You type that as much as you want, Pache. I still can't see it for some reason. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... and I screamed anyway. Goku's vice is no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. You just got here and you're greeted by bones in a box. That's good timing, I think. I mean, who could possibly have imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? It didn't go invisible. It's right there. It's on the left side. Just as you thought. How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking... It's not that I was thinking of bones specifically. I was pretty sure it was going to be a human head. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. Aha, it's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. We are not going to finish the game this stream. We're probably going to save right before the final... Like, I want to finish the investigations and then save before the final class trial. And then finish the stream... finish the game next stream. Which is going to be perfect because that'll make 16 streams for each 16 students. So it's great. Works out wonderfully. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words...
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption, anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or, no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I don't have to believe at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut all ties. Alright, Pache, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Yo, Johnny's my best friend. Thanks for the follow. But what was that? But was that all there was to it? That is interesting that the image didn't load. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Streamlabs might be fucking up. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Wrapped up all nice, so I never would have guessed what was inside. Human bones. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
She would be pissed at you if you don't just start doing the best you can to solve this. Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Oh, okay. Then if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk?
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I should look into the girls' locker room! All the doors are unlocked, right? He wouldn't go in there. I know him. Given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko. I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook. Okay. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you...
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this. So, what did you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? Now?
Hey.
A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
Get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But... maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Alright. Is she really okay? Kyoko must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock for me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. I thought that said dead. Was I wrong? It did say deed. I'm crazy. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well have been the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means that the mastermind's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. 15 of us met in the main hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Well, there is one final question that I do want to check on. I don't know how much information the report card gives. Just says that they're dead. That's not helpful. Okay, blow to the head. Motorcycle crash. Pelted by baseballs. Blow to the head. Stabbed to death. Poisoned herself. Set on fire and then crashed into by a ambulance. Skewered by spears. And blow to the head. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, glad I confirmed that. Alright, I don't think there's anything else. No, there has to be something left for me to check out because I haven't... The game hasn't ended yet and hasn't kicked me back to the class trial, so I'm missing a clue somewhere. So what am I missing? Oh, I have the ability to go wherever the fuck I want, right? Now would be a good idea to check the girls' locker room for no reason. And I don't think I can think of a thing. Oh, yeah, let's also check the boys' room while we're at it. Why should we avoid going in and out of the secret room that has nothing in it? Sure. Alright. Fine. Library, secret room... Girls' room. No matter what, we should be able to get through this door. Going into the girls' live room just isn't a good idea, is it? I knew it. I had to test that. It was like, we can absolutely go in there. I just don't think the game will let us. Okay, if I had to guess where we're missing, we could be missing the morgue, the dojo, or or the garden would probably be the last 3 areas we're missing. Definitely locked. Oh my god, all of the doors are unlocked. Oh, I'm so fucking dumb. Oh, Sokka's room. The door's unlocked, but it has nothing to do with the investigation. You motherfucker. Alright. Mondo's room. Come on, man. Crazy diamond pickaxe, right? Fuck you. Okay. This is Byaku's room. Just have put aside without asking. He'd feed me to the vultures. I'm gonna just click on all of them. Junko's room. Oh, Junko's room. The door's unlocked, but it has nothing to do with my investigation. No time for detours. Really? Really? It has nothing to do with your investigation? Fuck you. Oh, Celeste's room? Door's unlocked. I hate you, Makoto. I fucking hate you. You're so... God. Sometimes you're smart. Most of the time you are just the worst. Just go in the room. Just go in any of the rooms. It's not gonna let me in any of these rooms. It is not letting me in any of them. I knew it. Damn it. Damn it. Will it at least let me in my room? Nope. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Well, we tried. We tried. You can't blame me for trying, okay? Alright. We have a chart marked bio room. We couldn't open up any of the things to find out which corpse is missing, which bothers me. I don't know how accurate that is. Let's see. Places to check. Several rooms locked at this point. Headmaster's office. Biolab on the 5th floor. Monokuma door in the data center. 4th floor. And the 2nd floor dormitory area. We've checked all of those places. In addition, areas connected to Mukuro's death, garden, and dojo. So, garden, dojo, and biolab are easily the places most likely to still have clues there. The fact that I haven't opened up any of the morgue is really annoying. But I don't know if that's because there's actually a clue there or not. Actually, I think we can test something real quick. Because we know where... Oh, yeah, no, okay. Alright, so yeah, it's definitely got to be one of these 5th floor things. So let's just click on absolutely everything, I guess. This is the part of the investigation where I no longer know what to do. Still 4 chickens left. Honestly, be terrified if there were more than that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Sprinkler control panel. It's at 7:30. Monokuma said can't be changed. Giant corpse disposal flower. Back to the tool shed. Maybe I missed something in the tool shed. Maybe I didn't click on the biolab tarp enough. Crazy diamond pickaxe. Whoop. Gardening tools. Anything that sticks out? Nope. Pickaxe. Crazy diamond. Same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. Pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. Strange. No answer to that. Okay. Fertilizer. Lawnmower. Flower pots. Tarp. Killer used for tarp. Biolab stamp. It says biolab. In other words, this tarp used to be in the biolab. Okay, that should be everything in the garden. Like, now we've clicked on everything except for the camera and the monitor. So I guess we'll click on the camera and monitor just for the sake of completion. Just so we can be like, okay, done with the biolab. The only other thing is if we, like, are supposed to go back and talk to Kyoko one final time. Which is possible, I guess. Alright, click on everything in this room. We didn't get anything in this room, so that's, I guess, suspicious. Nope, that wasn't anything. So that's everything. Alright, I guess we'll talk to Toko one more time. How you doing? Still being crazy. Good to know. Alright, so... We definitely looked at everything in the biolab. We 100% looked at the entirety of the biolab. Alright, well, let's just try this. Yo, good night, gamer fan. We'll figure this out. Okay, this has to be it. Like, he even mentions I have to check, but I don't know how to open it. I don't... Alright. I mean, we've clicked on everything in this room multiple times in multiple orders. I have to come to the conclusion that there's just simply nothing we can do in here. So, maybe we're supposed to go back into the room with Kyoko and talk to her. That's the only other thing I can think of. What the fuck is that? Wait a minute. I may have missed a door. I missed an entire door. That was what happened. I missed this entire room. Oh, thank God we're back on track. This room is filled with lockers. Must have been for Hope Speak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. That is a lot of lockers. That is an absurd number of them. I can't imagine a way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. Why did they bolt the lockers? There's a metal plate mounted to the lockers. No way I could open it. Don't know why they did that. That's real weird. Wonder if I can open this locker. Nope. It's locked. Card reader's installed. Oh, man. If you know the solution, I don't care if you tell me. It's unless I, like, the general rule on here with spoilers is unless I specifically say I don't want spoilers, you can spoil whatever you want. There's a card reader installed on the door. This must be how you get the locker open. And if I don't say I don't want spoilers, it's my fault if I get spoiled. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean, well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then, no luck. Maybe instead of taking out your handbook, Makoto, you are so inconsistently stupid. You take out the master handbook that can open all of the locks. Maybe only the locker's opener can open it, which means none of us can do it. Wait, but what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. I hate you. I took the emergency handbook and ran that card reader, and it opened. Wow, who would have ever thought the headmaster could open any locker in his own school? Now let's see what we've got inside. I don't see anything that could be a clue. That's fine. I'll open all the lockers. I don't care. I don't think this locker's gonna open. Sometimes he's smart, and then sometimes he's just like, how to locker open? Let's see what we've got inside. Nothing. I'll take nothing. Looks like the locker open. Nope. I'm gonna open all these. I don't even care. It's a practically empty locker. There's one thing in here. Some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's... I don't like violating the owner's privacy. But I'd better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting. The letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the ones who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigy safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their geniuses can overcome disaster. Only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said that she hadn't seen her dad since she left when he was little. I decided to talk to the ones who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. What does this all mean? Quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we... What is this? And so we survive. There's a second despair. There we go. I read it off the stream playback. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Is that everything in this locker? Okay. Seriously, why have they put metal plates on this? Nothing! Isn't there a transcript? Yeah, but it wasn't in text form, so I don't think it'll show up on the transcript. It does not. But it might show up in the truth bullet. Okay, it does show up on the truth bullet. Interesting. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to is probably the organization problems in their everyday life. This locker is blatantly Heroes. This is blatantly just Hiro's locker. There are all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible. I picked one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Higakura. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes. Which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? This is a crystal ball. Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. So I think I was supposed to go from top to bottom instead of bottom to top like I just did. May have sequence broke that a little, but the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because those lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro? A pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko? There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. There's a metal plate mounted to the lockers. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. Seriously, why are there metal plates on these lockers? Alright, that should be everything. I've clicked on everything in this room. Ah, there's the bell.
This is a school announcement.
Okay. I am pleasantly surprised. Unlike with the Mondo case, there is, I wouldn't necessarily call it evidence, but there is enough things presented to me that you could make an educated guess on what's happening. So I guess really the only one I have a complaint with is that Mondo case, which is actually unsolvable. Byakuya.
Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. Could be a tarp. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? I'll take a hint. Is it the key to unlocking the morgue? Oh, hey, Hiro. Ah, Makoto. Why do you look so surprised? I don't know why I'm talking my Hiro voice. Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hiro, wait! There's no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Oh, it's never good when you get the cutscene. Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. Is it a bomb? Is the hint a bomb? The envelope. This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry about it, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. Is it just my family dead? What I found was a single photograph. That makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. Shout out to Junko's face being blocked out. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak Academy at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. You have seen a picture of her. You should recognize her. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right, when Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Mukuro Ikusaba. Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms? I don't remember anything like this. Those are hideous uniforms. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. Probably because you're taking the photo. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. Probably because you're taking the photo. Makoto, I get that you are the most suspicious person still left, but you know you're not the person behind it, so... But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't even remember taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not be in this picture. But what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone like me, and I didn't know what was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, then could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way of standing there, you know? So I mean, get out. But I told you I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? They'd be totally out of left field. Dragon, pick or sniff. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. No, honestly, I think that's the last piece of evidence you'd need to solve it. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. That has to be it, right? Like, we should have done everything. How does that count as a hint? Just made me even more confused. It was a good hint. You shut up about that hint. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looked so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? I love Taka in that picture, which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear this all up. No, I have to clear this all up. We just burst down the door. I need you to all tell me you've never met before. Where are they? Do I have to just... Is the game making me run around and find literally everyone? Oh god, it is. Oh god, it is. Okay. Well, at least I can warp to them. Hey, Hina. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto. Sorry, I gotta go. Serious? She ran off so fast, I didn't have time to ask her to stop. Hina, why? Why would you talk to me? Because they think you're the culprit. Pretty obvious. Which I don't blame them. You always have been the most suspicious. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we can talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the... Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Hey, hero. Ah! Makoto. What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It was like he'd been avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? It's okay. Most of them would have been useless for the investigation anyway. Oh my god, Toko, please tell me you figured out how to open the morgue. I decided to visit the biolab one more time. And the first thing I saw when I got there... Oh, perfect! Jill will know how to open the morgue. Huh? Toko? It's open. Oh, but Toko... No, fine, whatever. We know what's gonna happen. She's gonna pop into jail and all my problems will be solved. Toko, are you okay? No. She's not dead, is she? Hi, Jill. Actually happy to see you. Wow! It's cold, it's super cold, it's so cold I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? Was I asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there, staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't.
Have you reached
Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny. Okay. So why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was waking up just now. What do you do, Mr. Maroose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo, bazinga. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. Why is that a truth bullet? But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I slit your throat. Oh my god. Does Jack remember? I don't know. I'm sure Byaku's around somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so. I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shot off with an eerie laughter echoing behind her. Jill probably remembers. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Ah, nah, I like Toko. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Like that corpse. There's gotta be some reason for it. The fridge, it's open. I'm sure it was all shut last time I was in here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko.
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize. But listen, about this room. Oh yeah, it's a morgue. Yeah,
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, then, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate when she opened the slot there. That's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her? Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Or maybe we should look at the bodies. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but then suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. What?
It would seem...
Muguru's corpse? Muguru's body is inside the
I
fridge?
see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in class trial. The Mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess?
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right, Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm gonna find a clue this time. I'm gonna grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there, that's it. You fucking heard it, you wait over there, motherfucker. Or you can figure out how to open the rest of these. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights are on, including Mukuro's. There's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? Finally. Fuck. I can't believe it took him that long to notice this. Oh, wait, while she's here, let's look at this tarp. Oh, it's the same one I found in the garden tool shed. Remember, that tarp has a stamped biolab. It's annoying that I couldn't have investigated this until she got here. At some point, someone had to get from the biolab and took it over here. Alright, thank God Toko has arrived inside the morgue to allow me to investigate the morgue. I should ask Kobo about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the Mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation.
Whew.
Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Alrighty? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief.
Whew. Indeed.
Hit me with it. So did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? Yeah, that basically confirms it right there. The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which was completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is the other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they are old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess. I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly, you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Hey.
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. We probably won't get another chance to interact with it. Absolutely.
Hey.
I want to know what kind of wounds they are.
Hey.
Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is without doubt Mukuro Ikusaba.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh, wait, we're not gonna put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad. Did you forget she was our enemy once? A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we're done. We've done all we can do here. No, we could open up all of them. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in the locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead, then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What?
What?
So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the
Indeed.
dorms? I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using the emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? Found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes sense, but there was something written inside of it. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD? And it says Class 78 Urgent Interviews?
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means that there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. You have a second to listen to me ramble. Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less unsure of everything. Even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask. For the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burn with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's no understanding it, I guess. She let a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow. So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth, but no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. This has to be the last clue, right? I can't imagine there's much more. Oh god, unless it's gonna still make me track down absolutely everyone. I don't think it is. I think that was just my only goal. Alright, play that shit. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared at the blank of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? Took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay, then. Are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And I was confused before. What I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But I, the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said they agreed to leave in the school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. It of course meant that the DVD player wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsies, looks like it broke, out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then, when doesn't matter, failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure my ass, you cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask the same question, they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I'd let out a huge, exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Oh god, my fucking stomach is bothering me again. A convenient outcome? Something that seemed too obvious to work in favor of the mastermind? So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... There we go! Finally! That was a long investigation, holy shit!
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
There we go. It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. And with that, it is time to save and end the stream. Hope y'all had fun. I did. Next one's the last one. So, obviously, Danganronpa on Thursday. Probably will not do Final Fantasy tomorrow, just as a heads up. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed. I've been Sacrobolic, your Envoy of Hope, and I will see you next time.